TSA getting unexpected help?
We're simply there to help TSA do their job.
The Trump administration's plan to relieve unpaid TSA workers. Spring has officially sprung.
A chance to really sort of see Washington in its most beautiful.
How our nation's capital is celebrating the incoming season. A special visit.
Community leaders should take the time to speak with students.
An inside look at a meeting with the mayor. And the end of the madness for Miami.
Marching on to San Jose.
Your sports update on the sideline. These stories and more coming up on Newsbreak.
Hello, South Florida. I'm Dylan Bazay.
I'm Sara Mallorca. Today is Monday, March 23rd, 2026.
Live from the Lee Caplin School of Journalism and Media in North Miami, this is Caplin News.
2 people are dead and dozens injured after an incident at LaGuardia Airport in New York.
It happened last night when an Air Canada plane crashed into a fire truck while attempting to land. The 2 deaths were from the pilot and co-pilot of the flight, and 41 others were hospitalized. The plane collided with the fire truck on a runway shortly after touching down at over 100 miles per hour.
Families were directed to the Air Canada ticket counter to be reunited with their families, and we understand that the 1 unaccompanied minor has been reunited with their families.
LaGuardia Airport will be closed until 2 p.m. today so the NTSB can conduct their investigation into the incident.
As the government shutdown continues, TSA lines across the country continue to be hours long in some places.
To help alleviate some stress from TSA workers, President Trump has announced he will send ICE agents to help airports across the country. Border Czar Tom Homan will lead the effort. Homan maintains that ICE is not there to detain illegals, but to assist TSA workers with jobs that do not require any advanced knowledge.
There are roles we can play to release TSA officers from the non-significant roles, such as guarding an exit, so they can get back to the scanning machines and move people quicker. And we're just simply helping our fellow officers at TSA.
It is currently unknown how many agents will be deployed.
Pope Leo condemns the war in the Middle East this morning after the conflict enters its 4th week. The Pope called the war a scandal to humanity during his prayer at the Vatican's St. Peter's Square, encouraging those who gather to pray for peace and to end hostility. He also expressed that people cannot remain silent on the conflict as the death toll across the region increases.
Red flag warnings continue to pop up this morning after an intense heat wave in the western U.S. puts a strain on residents and first responders. 11 red flag warnings are in place this month, with temperatures reaching 90 degrees before summertime. According to responders, a typical year calls for 8 to 10 red flags throughout the entire year. There are concerns that temperatures will only rise in the coming months.
The National Cherry Blossom Festival kicked off this weekend with a celebration of culture, history, and international friendship. Our DC Bureau reporter Alejandra Fonseca brings us a preview of the opening ceremony.
Spring in Washington means one thing: the cherry blossoms are back, and so is one of the city's biggest celebrations. The National Cherry Blossom Festival officially kicked off this weekend with a special open ceremony. Many came out this Saturday to a one-night-only opening ceremony that marked the beginning of the 2026 National Cherry Blossom Festival. The event was co-presented with the Japan Foundation and marks the first time being held at the Dar Constitution Hall.
I love the way that it brings people together, that it's such a peaceful, interactive, fun chance to be out in nature and a chance to really sort of see Washington in its most beautiful.
This year's ceremony brought together world-renowned artists from both countries. One highlight was Futago Onikenbai performing a centuries-old Buddhist sword dance. The program also featured modern choreography by Takedo Ueyama, an award-winning Japanese pop singer. Ayaka Hirahara, known for her hit song Jupiter, also took to the stage. Leaders from both nations also took part in a special moment of leadership, reinforcing the cultural ties at the heart of the festival.
May Japan-U.S. friendship continue to blossom for generations to come.
And Mayor Bowser. So mine says, where there is hope in a heart, there is life.
This celebration is just the beginning. Events will continue throughout the DC area. For a full schedule of the festivities ahead, head to the National Cherry Blossom website. Reporting for Caplin News, Alejandra Fonseca.
Over the weekend, a panel focused on coastal resilience was held at Vizcaya Village as part of Miami Climate Week. Caplin News reporter Benjamin Cure spoke to residents and has more.
Miami is dealing with rising seas and stronger storms than ever before, putting immense pressure on our coastline. So as part of Miami Climate Week, leaders and innovators are gathering here today at Vizcaya over the weekend to discuss potential solutions.
We're here at Vizcaya Village. This is our closeout event for Miami Climate Week. And what we have is a panel that's really talking about resiliency, coastal resiliency, and a lot of the issues that affects the city of Miami and how we can do better and what strategies are working and how we build on that in the future.
It's no longer an abstract concept. You can feel that it's getting hotter. The streets are flooding even though it's sunny outside. And so residents really understand that there is an impact going on, right? And so people are really anxious for solutions.
At the rate sea levels are rising, we won't have a Miami to protect in 30 years. And I think that is the most essential thing we need to do. Getting all these minds together, getting all these people, whether it's the youth, whether it's people who have immense amount of experience in the field, it gets people together to form a cohesive group that can get things done.
Get involved, reach out to our office. We're happy to connect you with all the people that are doing the great work. And we really need to do this. Don't think about us, don't think about today, think about future generations.
So this event is just one of 40 happening across Miami during Miami Climate Week, and innovators are looking to make sure that they can create the best solutions as a result of this by having conversations just like this one, with over 4,000 attendees expected over the course of those 40 events. In Miami, Florida, for Caplin News, I'm Benjamin Cure.
Miami-Dade Mayor Daniela Levine Cava paying a special visit to FIU's Lee Caplin School of Journalism for a panel, inspiring many women with her unique story. Caplin's Alejandro Marquina has more.
In this year, Miami-Dade Mayor Daniela Levine Cava sat not only answering questions, but also inspiring the next generation of women in politics.
When you're talking about women.
It was another one for the books at the Lee Caplin School of Journalism as they welcomed Miami-Dade Mayor Daniela Levine Cava for a panel joined by students and professors.
I think it's incredible that she came here to speak about her experiences and to relate to the students, especially on Women's Month.
The panel was moderated by WLRN reporter and former Caplin News member Natalie LaRoche, who asked her many different questions from controversial topics such as her possible recall to more personal ones. The students were also given the chance to ask her questions, and what stood the most was how a woman broke so many barriers and is leading one of the most important counties in the entire country.
Just her focus in being the first woman mayor of Miami-Dade County is just such a super feat, and the fact that a lot of the women leadership that we're seeing today in Miami-Dade has taken a boom, and I think that that's something that is really wonderful to highlight, especially during Women's History Month.
Many of them feel this unique opportunity helped them learn the challenges Cava faces every day, while also get inspired by her story.
I just think that more, community leaders should take the time to speak with students to sort of help build rapport of our future leaders.
And for some students, these type of meetings are really significant since it gives them a way to communicate with those representing them. Reporting for Caplin News, I'm Alejandro Marquina.
Valentin Vachereau takes down Matteo Berrettini in the Miami Open.
Hey, that's still ahead, and so is this story. The Hurricanes say goodbye to March Madness. Newsbreak will be back in 2 minutes. Don't go anywhere.
Last week, Brandon met a girl on a dating app. One day after work, he finally found the courage to ask her out. No answer. He started to panic. Was he being too pushy? Maybe it was too...
Hey, sorry I didn't respond. I was driving. I would love to go on a date. How does tonight sound?
Brandon tried to play it cool, but inside he knew. A girl so smart, so responsible. She must be a keeper.
How do you know when you've made the right decision? It
It's the feeling you get in your gut. The one that tells you what's right or wrong. It's the one that says, sure, I can have a drink. Or the feeling that says, okay, I've been drinking. Now what? It's the voice inside you that says, I'm buzzed. Better leave the car when it's time to go. Plan ahead. Catch a sober ride. Buzz driving is drunk driving.
Every day,
millions of people are connecting.
And even though we're overcoming obstacles,
watching each other's backs,
and banding together,
we should still make an effort.
We should still make an effort
to get to know each other
on a deeper level. Father,
cosplayer,
mentor,
actor.
It's time we take a step forward.
It's time we take a step forward.
Come together
and discover
how accepting our differences
can make us stronger.
Hello everyone and welcome back to The Sideline. I'm Nicolette Esper, and yes, as you can see, we've got a new set and a new look, but of course we got the same old South Florida sports. So let's not waste any time and get right into it. We're starting off with college hoops. The Miami Hurricanes men's basketball season has officially come to an end. Falling 79-69 to Purdue Boilermakers in the second round of the NCAA tournament, Miami kept it close late, cutting it just to 4, but Purdue closed it out at the line. Sheldon Henderson led the Canes with 18 as Miami wraps up a season that showed progress. And now to the NBA, a historic night for Kevin Durant and a tough one for the Miami Heat. KD scores 27, passing Michael Jordan for 5th on the all-time scoring list. His missed shot at the buzzer turns into the game winner as Alman Thompson tips it in, lifting the Houston Rockets to a 123-122 win. Miami took the lead with seconds left, but couldn't close it. Bam Adebayo led the Heat with 32 points and 21 rebounds as Miami drops its 4th straight, hoping to get a win against San Antonio tonight at home. And from the hardwood to the courts in South Florida, action continues at the Miami Open with some pretty big upsets. Valentin Vachereau takes down Matteo Berrettini in straight sets, 7-6 and 6-4, pulling off one of the tournament's biggest wins so far. And in double, Aaron Rutliff and Asia Muhammad rally back to win in 3, saving multiple match points in a thriller. And the biggest shakeup of all, world number 1, Carlos Alcaraz is out, falling in 3 sets to Florida's Sebastian Corda. The Miami Open continues to bring the drama right here in South Florida. And now, well, I guess I'm really excited, and I hope you are too, because guess what? Baseball is back. The Miami Marlins are finalizing their roster ahead of opening day. They got injuries to Kyle Stowers and Asturi Ruiz, who are shaking up the outfield. On the mound, we're obviously starting with Sandy Alcantara, leading a young rotation this season. And at the plate, Christopher Morel brings some power to the lineup, while Xavier Edwards and Otto Lopez return to hold it down defensively. And as Miami gets ready for the season, I'm going to be tuned in. I can tell you that right now. The New York Yankees, who are getting it started on Thursday. The Marlins are opening Friday against the Rockies at home, so we're looking for some fun baseball season. But I'm Nicolette Esper, and that's all the time we have for today. I'll send it back to Sarah and Dylan after the break.
I could really use a new tablet. I just don't have the money.
Let me ask you something. Do you have a Pell Grant?
Yes?
You do know you can get a free tablet, right?
Did you say free?
Yeah, free. It's simple. And the application is done in the store.
I could really use a tablet.
Go get one. Another satisfied customer. Stop by Panther in the Graham Center at FIU MMC today to speak with one of our associates to get your free tablet.
Type 2 diabetes can have a big impact on your life. But how can it be prevented? Well, the first step is knowing if you have something called prediabetes. Take the 1-minute risk test today at doihaveprediabetes.org.
That's all the time we have for Newsbreak today. I'm Sara Mallorca.
And I'm Dylan Pizet, and you can get more news anytime at caplinnews.fiu.edu.